So there's been a lot of talks about the lightweight division of Brave Combat Federation. We've seen the media talking about the fighters going out and talking and giving their opinions on what they feel about the fight for Othman versus Salwadi. Salwadi pulled out of the fight. What happens to Lucas Minero as an interim champion? There's been a lot of talks for the past 1 month, and it was very important for us to come out there and clear this whole issue and give a clear idea of what is the future of the lightweight division and what is happening in the full roster of 70 kg in Brave Combat Federation. We've had Lucas Minero, the interim champion, who fought against Luan Miao and became our first interim champion at lightweight division. Unfortunately, it was very important for us to make sure that he fights at 66 kg in the future, and we made sure that we have taken the lightweight division interim title out of the picture, and we won't have an interim champion anymore in the future. With that being said, Ottman Azaitar is our current undisputed lightweight champion, and we've had he had a great career with Brave Combat Federation. He fought a really good fight in Morocco, and which was not for the title. So if you look at the lightweight division today, keeping Othman's fight in Morocco apart, we've not had a title difference for almost a year or more at this point, and this is something that is, I think, very unfair for the division as a whole, and we have to make a decision on that. With Lucas Minero out of the interim title, interim champion is no more in our division. It's very important to see who's the next contender. You have Salwadi, who is arguably the only guy, I think, the only fighter that is without a doubt the next contender to fight for the title against Ottman Azaitar, and I'm sure that nobody has a question about it. And then we have Eldar and Luan Miao, who had an amazing Luan, who had a great fight for the interim title. Unfortunately, it was an accident that made him lose the title, and everybody else felt like he was winning the fight up to the freak accident that happened at the interim title fight. So I think we have three guys in line for the fight, and we've been trying to make this title fight happen. It is very important that we are confirming in November in Bahrain we will have the 70 kg title fight, and we've been trying to make that fight happen for a while now. And Brave Combat Federation is about making the best fighters in the world come and compete against each other. And if we don't have that caliber of fighters who are willing to fight against the best in the world, it is something that is not, the fighter doesn't have a place in Brave Combat Federation. So officially, we will be in a position to say that if he's not accepting the fight, so we will have to make sure that we don't make it unfair for the rest of the athletes at 70 kg, and we will have to officially make sure that the lightweight division is vacant, and the fight that is going to be happening in November will be for a vacant lightweight title. And this is very important for Brave Combat Federation to make sure that all our fighters are basically willing to be the best in the world, and we have made sure that the only reason our vision of Brave Combat Federation is to make sure that we bring the best fighters around the world, become truly global MMA promotion. I'm sure that there's a lot of fighters who are looking to be in promotions that are willing to sign fighters that have great numbers and who are marketable, but that's not Brave Combat Federation for us. We want fighters who wants to be the best in the world, and we have tried to reach out to the management of Ottman Azaitar, and we have not got a result, and we've got the answer that he will not be fighting this year. So to make it official, we have made sure that Ottman Azaitar will be stripped out of the lightweight title, and we will be having a vacant lightweight title that will take place in November at Brave International Combat Week. The most important thing, the message here, is to make sure that we want athletes that is going to be fighting to become the best in the world. Abdul Karim Salwadi, who's showcased how big of a talent he is, he's going to be the future of lightweight division. He has a large, longest win streak in Brave Combat Federation, and the guy is the future of lightweight. I've never seen anybody that dedicated in his training. I've never seen anybody that talented and hardworking athlete. He's a complete athlete, and we've seen some of the guys that I really compare him to is George St. Pierre, and every time I see him, it reminds me of a guy who's a perfectionist, and that's what Abdul Karim Salwadi is. And this was supposed to be the biggest challenge of Ottman Azaitar we've seen in his whole career, and it was very important for us to make sure that our champion fights the best in the world. And today at 70 kg, I believe that Abdul Karim Salwadi is one of the best in the world, and that is ultimately the biggest fight we can think of and what makes sense for Brave Combat Federation's lightweight division. It is important that we have to be fair to our lightweight division, and we make sure that we vacate the title and make sure that we have a new lightweight champion. And it's important that Brave is a challenging promotion. We have fighters from around the world. The best in every part of the country is going to be coming down and fighting in Brave. So we don't have the time for a champion to not actually compete, or to not to be in a position where the rest of the world has to wait for him. This is not one of those promotions that is looking for a fight that is marketable, or that can sell pay-per-views, or they can sell tickets. This is not Brave Combat Federation. Brave Combat Federation looks at the best against the best fighting, regardless of where the location really is. That's what we're looking for. So if there's a champion in Brave Combat Federation that's not willing to do that, I don't think they belong in Brave Combat Federation. And that is exactly what Brave Combat Federation will do, is to make sure that we bring in fighters and give opportunity to fighters to become the champion that are willing to be the best fighters in the whole world.